making myself comfortable here. I'm in Kobar, Saudi Arabia. Probably, just for context, was probably pointless, not very useful for the purpose of this video anyway. But I wanted to create this video to talk about why being a founder sucks. And being a founder sucks most of the time, okay? Some people may tell you, no, it's very rewarding. Sure, they just, because they remember the one, two things that were really great or that are really great about being a founder. And they choose to ignore because they became really resilient because they survived, right? And they choose to ignore all the other shit, which is most of it. When you're a founder, is great. You are really excited. Nobody else is, right? People actually pity you. People are actually concerned. Like those who love you are legitimately concerned about you, your well-being, your health, just everything, your financials, just everything. Nobody is really excited, truly excited. They're just faking it. And you're just naive because you're just too excited to be realistic about what will happen to you. And more often than not, what will happen to you is you'll fail. You'll fail, and you will lose. Most things you will lose. Precious time and money. The opportunity to jump on certain projects. Professional set of opportunities to take on jobs. People won't approach you because they know you're running a business. So just lots of things. Some of the things that are not great about starting a business, for instance, immediately, right? Especially when you're young, is that you can't get a mortgage. Never thought about that? Yeah. You can be running a business that barely makes any money or no money at all, at a loss, and have an employee on payroll for say 3 months, 4 months, and they can get a mortgage based on a 3-4 month payroll. But you can't. You go to the bank and trying to get a mortgage, and they'll ask you, I'd like to see a 2-year positive cash flow for your business. I also would like to see your paychecks. Oh, I pay myself dividends. You're not getting a mortgage, my friend. And then also, oh yeah, it's a 2-year positive cash flow. No, our bank is very conservative with these things, and we're not just, we need to wait another year. 3 years in, and you still can't get a mortgage, and you're broke. Again, some people succeed, but we're going to focus on most of us who do not initially succeed. So awesome. Your employees all around you are just getting wealthier, buying property. Those who can, I'm not going to exaggerate, but those who can or want to are buying property, and they're growing. You're taking all this risk. You put everything on the line. You pay their salaries, and everyone is fine. Obviously, you're the CEO or part of the leading team. I'm going to assume, again, for the purpose of this video, you're an entrepreneur. So you are CEO or, somewhere C-suite, co-founder, founder. And you don't have that privilege. So you are, the opportunity cost in addition to, of course, all these other things that you can do because you're the founder. Now, let's say you're, fast forward, right? Your business fails because, again, this video is about the negatives, right? So so things don't go well and your business fails, right? Okay, your business fails. Now what happens? What's next? Now you gotta you gotta get your CV in shape, reflect on all the things that you've done, and hopefully we're good. And most of the times you learn lots of things, wear many hats, and all these things that you hear people say about what happens when you start a business. You work in your CV and you're like, oh sure, I've done all these things and hiring people and training people, and I fundraise, and I went to trade shows, and I've done business internationally, and anyway, awesome. But then the problem is, even if you're qualified for the jobs that you're applying to, everyone is, in HR, there's this conception that if you started a business, you are unemployable. And a lot of people will tell you, no, that's just not true. Okay, if you disagree with me, please write on the comments, right? Like just why you disagree. Don't just say you don't. Like explain why you disagree, because it's been my experience and that the experience of many people I know that if you've been a founder, everyone thinks, well, you're not gonna last long. You're probably gonna go start a business soon. You're just looking to recoup some of the loss. Um, uh, Money, and then also anyway, you want to buy a house, or you know what I mean. Like a lot of people still run their businesses while join the workforce so they can buy the house because of the problem that I told you about, which is the requirement to have this financials that most people don't have. And if there's some gaps and you've been in business for years, you're still not going to get your mortgage as the founder or co-founder, or shareholder for that matter. If you're initial hire and you getting paid, and let alone if you get paid, if you get in dividends, then again, forget it. But then anyway, you trying to get a job, and everyone is thinking, well, is this person going to last long? Because I give them this opportunity, and then maybe in 6 months from now, they probably think, forget it, I'm going to go start another business. Or they're not a good fit because, or they won't be a good fit because they don't deal with authority the same way other employees do. Because they've been entrepreneurs, so they take matters into their own hands. They're very hands-on. They're very independent. They just don't accept authority the same way others do, which is not true, right? Which is not true. That's just it's a personal thing. Some people do, some people don't. Whether to start a business or not, that doesn't matter. But the point is, you take you take this leap of faith and you go start a business, and every politician will tell you, small and medium-sized businesses are the backbone of our economy, is translated into the multiple languages, Asia, Europe, the Americas. Everyone is saying the same thing. But if you start a business, there are all these different hurdles to building wealth. And if you fail, there are all these added sort of preconceptions about being an entrepreneur and all the things that you are and you aren't. Fuck. What the hell? Right? And it's been, and you're talking about a guy, me, that I've applied to all sorts of jobs and I've tweaked my CV. Over the years, I'm not saying now, but I'm saying over the years, you start a business, you fail, you join, you rejoin the workforce, right? At least you attempt to. So I don't know, the business you fail, obviously I'm an older guy, right? My 40s, and I've been, working and studying and then working and running businesses internationally, multiple countries, done all sorts of things, really cool stuff, but failed multiple times, miserably. And I look at my situation right now, and it has not changed. You look for jobs where you're supposed to be advising, supporting entrepreneurs, investing in entrepreneurs, or creating policy for entrepreneurs. And it's not a hard requirement to hire an entrepreneur. What the hell? Am I the only one who doesn't see this being a problem? So entrepreneurs take a huge financial burden to create an income for themselves and others. Pay taxes, no matter what. Start paying taxes pretty much from day one. Then if they fail, then every case is different. You may owe a ton of money if you fail. You may not. Then you try to rejoin the workforce, and then you have all this added friction around you being a founder and being a good fit or potentially ever be employable. There's also this other thing that I read about, statistics around if you are an entrepreneur that failed, you're more employable than an entrepreneur that didn't fail. So if you had an exit and you were in revenue, you did well, then you're even less employable than the one that failed. I mean, and this is not even. I'm not even, again, please, anyone out there with solid data, add to this, because because I haven't found enough data to back the judgment that if you are an entrepreneur and you succeed, you're less employable. If you're an entrepreneur who fails, you're more employable, but still you're not anybody's first choice, even for jobs where you're supposed to be supporting entrepreneurs. It just blows my mind. So anyway, that's it. That's all I've got. Just a little rant, just a little, nugget there that just keeps bothering me. Why it is so hard to start a business, why it is so hard to stay in business, grow wealth personally, as an individual, not as a business owner, as a person, as a citizen, versus your employees, and your ability to rejoin the workforce after becoming an entrepreneur. Crazy.